Hi, I'm Pat Becker. I'm the CEO of Becker Capital. Welcome to our summer update. I'm here with TJ McConville, who is our Chief Investment Officer. We think this summer update is super timely. The first half of 2022 was one of the worst on record, so we're having some interesting comments and we're getting lots of questions from you, our clients. TJ, take it away.
Thanks, Pat. Yes, it's certainly been a very volatile market out there. We know it's very stressful for all of you. Please believe us. We feel it just as much here at Becker Capital. We'll talk about the market in just a moment, but we're obviously trying a little bit different format between Pat and I here. So let us know what you think. In the meantime, let's talk about what we've seen so far in 2022 and where we go from here. So as we noted in the introduction, it's been a very volatile market in which all asset classes have been under pressure. In fact, stocks through the end of the second quarter are off as much as 20%. It's the second or third worst first half of a calendar year since 1950. Bonds, which are normally more stable stores of value in these volatile times, are off as well. It differs by maturity, but the broad measure is off as much as 10%. So what's going on in the market? Why are stocks and bonds under pressure all at the same time? Well, we think it really boils down to four key issues. First is inflation. Now, we've talked about this issue a lot in the last few quarters. We've all been to the gas pumps lately. I'm sure many of you can't fill up your cars for less than triple digits. Price levels are on the rise. Second is higher interest rates, and that's a function of the Federal Reserve and its change in monetary policy in reaction to the inflationary pressures. Mortgage rates are above 5%. We're starting to see it have an impact on housing demand, and rates are up on the credit card side as well. Third are some of the knock-on impacts from these first two issues, and then concerns about the continuation of the current recovery. It's getting more expensive to spend on the staples we need every day, so we have less to spend on discretionary items. And then finally, the fourth point is geopolitics. Now, no one could have predicted quite the upheaval that we had in Russia-Ukraine that started in February, but that's what's happened. And it's putting pressure on several of the other items that I mentioned earlier. Supply chains are constrained, prices are up, food supplies are down. So that's what's happened so far. Now, how far are we along in this process? And Pat's going to discuss that in just a moment, but I think it's very important right now to highlight one key point, and that is these times are never fun. They're never easy to go through, but there is one primary silver lining that we experience, and those are the opportunities that we uncover during these periods of market duress. That's what we're working on here at Becker Capital. Pat, talk to us about how far we are in this process.
Thanks, TJ. So in the hallways and doorways of Becker Capital, we're having conversations about the markets and the bear market we're in and the recession and those sort of things. And clients have those same questions. So when we look out at what's going on right now, we look at where we're at as far as how did we get here? And interest rates clearly are part of it. The rapid rise in interest rates caused this. But then how are we going to come out of it a little bit? So the things that we're looking for is we're looking for interest rates to stabilize, so to stop going up at the rate they're going, maybe even go down a little bit. We're also looking for stocks to stop setting new 52-week lows. So across the market, there may be some still setting new lows, but in general, the market is kind of bottomed out. Those are kind of what we're looking for from a market perspective. And then when we look at history, and we use history as a guide to look how people have reacted psychologically, there's been 2 times since 1950 that we've had a down 20% market in the first half of the year. In those 2 instances, the question, what happened in the next 6 months, in the back half of the year? In both instances, the market was up substantially. So up 13% in the first instance and up better than 20% in the second instance. The other question that clients are asking, and we're talking about in the doorways and hallways of Becker Capital, is recession. Are we going to have a recession? How long is a recession going to be? And when we look at a recession, we look at, is it going to be a V-shaped type of recovery? So steep in, steep out, or is it going to be more of a U? So that's where it lasts longer. So when you look at those instances, We look at things like interest rates. How does that impact the V and the U? Also looking at unemployment. We're at lows on unemployment. It's hard to find workers. In Oregon, we're close to record lows on unemployment. So that's a good sign for more of a V-shaped recovery. And then looking at consumer balance sheets, they're pretty good. They're not the best we've seen, but they're not like 2008 either. So those are the things we're looking at versus V versus U recession. And then those are the questions that we're asking ourselves and you're asking yourself. So if you have more questions, please reach out to any one of us at Becker Capital. We'd love to talk to you.
So as Pat noted, we are starting to see signs of a bottom, but there may be a few more bumps ahead in the near term. I think the most important thing to remember for everyone out there is that this is a process. There's not a point in time at which we come out and wave a flag and say everything's over. It takes several items that Pat just laid out. Well, thanks everyone for joining us for our summer update. We obviously wish we had different circumstances to share our new format with you, but let us know what you think. Pat, we've been through tough markets before, and we're certainly grateful for our clients, aren't we?
We are. I've been through so many of these. I used to have hair. TJ, he hasn't had so much, so he's got a lot more hair than I do. But on behalf of everyone at Becker Capital, I just want to let you know how thankful we are for all of your support over the years and your trust. If you have any questions about anything that's going on in these wild times, please reach out to any one of us on the Becker Capital team. As Sharon Geck, who leads our wealth planning, says, remember, it's not market timing, it's time in the market that creates a sound investment strategy. I wish you all a great summer. Thank you.